Alrighty, good morning everybody. Making it back in for another review this morning. It is Tuesday, December 17th, so we're going to take a look at Monday's market. Should be a pretty quick review because I just wanted to show you a quick snapshot of what happened here. We are on day 2 now of the week of contract rollover. More than likely we'll be on the March contract tomorrow. As the volume, let me just take a look here actually. The volume is obviously starting to be way back onto the March contract now. So like I said, probably tomorrow we'll go ahead and jump over to that. But for now, we're still on the December contract, which will be expiring on Friday. Let's go ahead and see what happened here yesterday. So for those that were here for the morning review, for my members, we talked about having another clue for the bulls to go ahead and continue to push higher. And remember, for the last week and a half, the market has come down, gone back up, came back down to the range, back to the top of the range, and back down to the bottom of the range. And it's been going up and down in I don't want to say it's a tight range, but in this 100-point or little sub, what do we have? About 60-point range here. The market has been very indecisive. We obviously have, there are a bunch of stuff, and I think yesterday I failed to even recognize that we have obviously FOMC as well. So we've got all this stuff this week with contract rollover and FOMC and whatever else. So it's been pretty wonky. But despite that, every time the market pushed, we had a clue for the push coming into the morning. Same thing happened yesterday. We had a clue that the market, even though it was down at the lows of that range we've been jumping around in, it looked like the bulls were going to try and push it higher based on the signals we had. And so sure enough, coming into the open, the bulls, there was a slight pullback here. You can see the horizontal or the vertical line here is the open. We got a pullback, and there actually was a great opportunity to make a quick 5-point scalp here right out of the open off of our first intermediary level. Now, we talked about this before the market opened yesterday, especially I think me and Neil. I said, Neil, you can throw that level on your chart, 70 quarter. It's basically an S&R. It's just kind of in between the two major S&R levels. And sure enough, and it's kind of weird. It's like I feel like we talk about levels and then the market respects them perfectly for a great opportunity. But we come in and sure enough, right there, bullish divergence off 70 quarter, barely any risk, and you got yourself a nice 5-point pop, right? So there was that. And then again, the market is sometimes pretty easy, but not always. And in this case, they started to launch out. However, they had to bring it back, throw a little wrench in the gears there, and then that began the larger push, which is what we expected. So we held the first roadmap level, I guess you could call it, at 70 quarter, popped to 75 quarter, pulled back, basically held the roadmap level again, ducked through by just 2 points, and came all the way up to that 79. And then we ducked in and came right to the next roadmap level, that S&R, to then begin the bullish push. So, wow, I've been spending a lot of time over here. No reason to. So, big push from the next roadmap level. So, the low of the day or low of the morning, basically our roadmap level over here. And actually, in the pre-market, or actually the day before, let's just check this out here. We went ahead and came nearly to the tick off that first roadmap level at 47. Came all the way up here and then coming into the open yesterday, pulled back to the next one, used that as a support. Then we came up and going into that first hour or two of the morning there, came right into the next roadmap level here, and notice what happened. The bulls just could not get through. There's a bunch of trouble, bunch of trouble, bunch of trouble. Then finally, they get on through, they pull back, and they bounce one tick in front. In this case, a lot of times they come right to the level. And what do you know? The high of the day was the next roadmap level, my friends, with a double top, testing one tick in front of the roadmap level. And then we pull back at the end of the day, only to come right back down and bounce nearly to the tick off the next roadmap level, right? And then after that bounce, look what happened here. We then fell off the next roadmap level. So when I talk about nailing the high, the low of the day, and the major rotations of the day to the tick, well, here you go. Here's another inside day where the market chopped back and forth inside of the 60-point range. And despite that, held almost perfectly the discrete roadmap levels that we gave our members. So blows me away, but there you have it. Another kind of rangy day with the market respecting the levels nearly perfectly. So that brings us here now into the overnight session where the bears have jumped back in. Notice the low out of the open of the, let me get my drawing tool here. The low out of the open of Globex was 70 quarter once again. So just like out of the open, it bounced right off of it and gave you an opportunity. Well, right out of the Globex open, once again, bounced right off of it to the tick and gave you a 8-point bounce. And then the bears jump back in off the back end, as you can see, of the 200. Not very surprising. And came all the way down. And where did we get our next bounce? 60-60, our roadmap level, which has been on the charts now for a couple days. And then comes up and fails off the back end of 60-66, which is our roadmap level here, which is also VWAP. Came right back to test the roadmap level here. And now, what do you know? I get to the charts here this morning, and I'm looking at them, and I'm going, should I buy the low? Sure enough, what do you know? They bounce off the next roadmap level and are now finding resistance off the roadmap level at 60-60. So again, a very, very common thing to see here at the S&P Roadmap, and that is to see the market respecting these levels to the tick for basically every single intraday rotation, right? Blows me away, but here we are coming into the open, finding support right down over here and resistance right off that next roadmap level. So have a great day, guys. We will see you when we see you. I haven't been here every single morning as we get into the holidays here, but I will try to. So we'll talk to you when we talk to you. Take care.